the other night was the Earth Science Reference Table, page 3, New York coordinates. Okay, so we did the first one in class, so you should have the first one where it's 42 degrees, 30 minutes north, 78 degrees, 00 minutes west, thank you, as the Genesee River. The second one should be the Delaware River. The third one should be Elmira. The fourth one should be Utica, followed by Old Forge, followed by Oswego, followed by Susquehanna, get down, followed by Lake Erie, then Ithaca, Jamestown, Mount Marcy, Slide Mountain, Riverhead, Connecticut, easy enough, Pennsylvania, just another state, Watertown, Buffalo, Plattsburgh, Syracuse, Lake Ontario, Rochester, Messina, and Albany. Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Can you repeat what was over Lake Erie?
Lake Erie, Susquehanna, it's Susquehanna.
Thank you.
No problem. The Sistrico keeps texting me, sorry. Work on their projects, and I will post the recorded lesson in a little while. Okay, so, all right, so does anybody have any questions on that? How to use latitude and longitude, because if you don't know how to use latitude and longitude when we do time zones, which is what we're doing today, it's going to be a little bit of an issue for you. Are you guys good? Tell me yes or no because I can't see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so moving right along. Let me put this here. Let's talk about, if you hear howling in the background, my kids are watching Zombies 2 with werewolves. Just FYI. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It is really cute, but my son is especially obsessed with it. Okay, so you guys can all see my PowerPoint, yes?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So time zones, and if you're following along with the review book pages, we're still in topic 1 of the review book, but specifically it's on pages 69 to 70. Okay, so you see how in this picture here we have the map of the world, right? It has different time zones at every different line of longitude. Okay, each line of longitude, if you're stationary, right, no matter what, we see the sun rises, goes through the arc, and then the sun sets. Hey, excuse you, what are you doing? Stop touching that. Sorry. Okay, so then, right, it's because we rotate, right? That's very important that you understand. The fact that we see the rise of the sun and the setting of the sun is because we're rotating. The sun isn't moving, okay? Specifically, we are rotating at what's known as 15 degrees per hour. So every line of longitude that we move is in 15 degrees means that we're going to change an hour. So if we're standing here at 12 noon, right, since this says 11, it's going to be 15 degrees in that way. From if I'm standing at 12 noon and I go to 10 a.m., that means I moved 30 degrees. Okay? We rotate from west to east. In other words, if you take your finger and you go to your right and come back, right? Just make a circle with your finger, right? That's how we rotate, all right? We rotate in a circle in that kind of direction, okay? That's what west to east, because remember, you guys are backwards to me, right? So west is my left, right? It's north, south, west, east, okay? It's kind of like when you pray, right? When you bless yourself, it's north, south, west, east. That's how you're going to remember it. north, south, west, east. And then you project that onto your screen. You project that onto whatever you're looking at, because from now on, if it doesn't have a compass direction, you're automatically going to write it down. Okay. That's basically what I just said. Okay, so let's look at this map. This is just a fun color-coded version of the map. So if we're standing in New York, you see how they actually outlined New York here. Everything that is the same color is in the same time zone. Okay? Notice how California over here is 1, 2, 3 colors to the left of us. Right? The reason for that is that it is 3 lines of longitude different. So if it's 3 lines of longitude, it's 15, 30, 45 degrees to our left. All right? Wherever you're standing, if it's to your left, it's behind. Okay, so California right now, but right now we are sitting at 10:27 a.m. California right now, the kids are just getting to school because it's 7:27 a.m. Okay, so they are 3 hours behind because they are 45 degrees to our left. Now, if you're looking at Europe, like in Italy, I believe it's 7 hours ahead. Well, how do we know? Because we're here and we've moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's either 6 or 7. Okay, so they are actually, or 4. No, it's 4. But it's based on how many lines of longitude you have. So, right? Do me a favor, write this down in your notes really quick before we go to reference table page 4. Okay, we're going to do the first one together, and then I'm going to let you guys do some practice on this, and then I posted for you a packet of practice problems that I want you to complete with the rest of the period, and I'm here for you, so I'm not going anywhere. Let me know when you guys are done copying so we can do the first one together. Okay, so for those of you guys who just came in, everybody's writing this in their notebook, and then I will go over exactly how to do this. How we doing, guys? At least get New York down so that way we can go over how to figure out the time from there. Okay, does everybody have at least New York down?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you all to look at reference table page 4. You guys all have it on your iPad, so it should not be an issue, right? So let's look. Reference table page 4, right? I told you this one was going to come in handy, right? You have all of the lines of longitude on here, all of the lines of latitude. You have some of the key locations located for lines of latitude, right? The only thing you don't have on here, unless you're using the one we drew on the other day, is the prime meridian, which we know is at 0 degrees longitude here, right? And the international date line, which is at 180 degrees, right? Don't-
Gonzalez,
Yes,
can you go back to like the New York thing? I wasn't done copying that down.
sure. Do you just have New York? Because I just want to go over how to do this, and then I can go back.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have New York yet.
You don't have the whole thing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, for those of you guys who are still at school, who just jumped back in, hopefully you're still there. Basically, we're doing time zones. Time zones are based on where you are in the world, based on your line of longitude. For every 15 degrees, you move in either direction. So every 15 degrees longitude, you move. Okay, they lost again. Never mind. Okay. This is fun. I'm taping this. Okay. Like I said, guys, Mrs. Strico is texting me. I'm not like texting random people. Okay. You good? So we can go over this?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look back at, I know the answers are there, but don't worry about it. So let's look back here, right? The tip of India right here. When you measure it up, it's about 80 degrees east. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does everybody see that? I'm writing it down as we go so that we are all at the same spot. So it's about 80 degrees east. Okay. If you want to find New York, it's somewhere over here. Jazz. Okay. All right, it's somewhere over here, right? What line of longitude would you say New York is sitting at, right? And you should know this because we can also look right here. What's the average? What's the average, guys? Where do you think New York is?
Isn't it like 41?
That's for line of longitude, latitude, yeah. But what about
Around 70.
a little bit more than that?
74?
So look back up here, right? It's between 72 and 80 degrees west, sorry. Right? Right, okay, so now we need to figure out how many degrees that is total.
Like this.
Yes, very good. Okay, so you started at 80, right? 80 to 100 is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 degrees here, right? We hit 100 degrees, then 120, 140, 160, 180, right? 200. So let's just say for easy numbers that it's at 80 degrees, okay? So that's a 200 degree difference, right? You take your non-graphing calculators and do 200 divided by 15, right? You get about 13 hours difference, right? Did everybody see how we did that?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, so where'd I lose you? Hold on.
Wait, how'd you get 200?
So you have to figure out. No, leave it alone. Go. You started at 80 degrees here. Do not draw on that, Jess. Right? So you go from 80 to 100 is 20 degrees. Right? You see how I'm doing that? I'm just moving over to where New York is. Okay, so New York is over here. Right? So I went 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. With me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's 120, 140, 160, 180, 200 gets us to 80 degrees. Okay, so even if you say we're at 70, right? It ends up being that it's 14-hour difference from India to New York. You get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so it's a 14-hour difference. If India is at 3 p.m., we're moving to the right. Since we're moving to the right, okay, we're going to add numbers. So 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9, 10, 11, 12 a.m., right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So,
Miss Gonzalez,
yes.
I'm here.
Okay. The answer should be 5 a.m., right? So if we say that on average New York is about 70 degrees west, right? And that the tip of India is about 80 degrees, you're going to have to kind of fudge the numbers a little bit because the tip of India isn't exactly 80, right? And we know New York, there's a span of lines of longitude in this case, right? So you're going to round it to the nearest hour. Okay, so technically if you did this, it would come out to 13.6, I believe, hours. So you're going to round it to 14. Okay, so that's why New York is going to be at 5 a.m. Any questions on how we got that, right? If there's a 14-hour difference, right, because we took the total amount of hours, the total amount of degrees between the two and divided it by the 15 degree per hour rule, right? And that's going to give you, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so you take the total amount of degrees between the two locations and divide it by 15 degrees per hour, and that's going to give you how many degrees of separation there is from one place to the other. And that tells you how many hours of a difference there are. And since we went from India to New York, we moved to the right, we add hours. So it's 3 p.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the answer should be 5 a.m. Okay. The next one is the middle of Australia. Okay, so Australia is right here, right? I want you guys to try to figure it out. I want you guys to try to do the work. Okay, I want to see you figuring out how many degrees difference there are.
Miss Gonzalez. Oh, wait. Miss Gonzalez.
What's up?
So you get me down for attendance?
Because I did what now?
You get me down for attendance?
No, I didn't yet. You're working on this practice problem. As soon as it's done, as soon as we're done, I'll change it. But one, I don't know who's talking to me right now, and two, we're in the middle of a practice problem.
Just make it.
Okay, just put it in the comments so that after class, I will definitely change it. Okay. All right. So, what did you guys get for Australia? Who did it? Nobody? Guys, I need your help here. I need you to tell me what you did. Or if you're confused, you can tell me that too. And just how I can only help you if you talk to me, guys.
For the middle of Australia, I got 130.
Okay, so why'd you get 130?
For the longitude,
Oh, 130 for the longitude. Okay, so how many total degrees is that between the tip of India and the middle of Australia?
It was like 50 degrees.
Okay, so then 50 divided by 15 is what?
3.3 repeating, so I just rounded it to 4 hours difference.
Okay. So we have 3 p.m. Now, are we going to the right of India or to the left of India? To the right, good. So does that mean do we add hours or subtract?
Add.
Add. So it's 3 p.m. in India. So then it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be 7 p.m. in the middle of Australia. You guys see how we did that?
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. So the tip of India, we said, was about 80 degrees. They're saying that the middle of Australia, I think that's off, but let me see. The middle of Australia is, sorry, I'm not blocking the camera. I'm just trying to see. It's about 130 degrees. So you take 130 and you subtract 80 and you get 50 degrees, right? So there's about a 50-degree difference between the two, right? Since there's about a 50-degree difference, you divide that by 15 and you get 3 with a repeater decimal. So you round that up to 4. So the difference between the tip of India and Australia is going to be 4 hours. With me so far?
Yes.
Okay, so since that's 4 hours, then you are going to go, it's 3 p.m. in India, and we're going to the right of India, so we're going to add hours. So 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So the answer should be it's 7 p.m. in Australia. Questions? Okay, so you should be able to do these, the rest of these. I want you to do on your homework, the time zone practice. I kind of want to be there for you guys on time zones on Thursday, so don't worry about this. Oh, should you? Do the first page, the word bank. Okay, that should be easy for you to do. Just fill out the first page for homework. Okay, we're going to continue working on these practice problems that are in the PowerPoint, and then we will go on from there. So good luck on the PSATs tomorrow for those of you who aren't here. You guys don't go anywhere. Period's not over yet. I'm just going to stop recording.